past couple of weeks in Dallas-Fort Worth have been a nightmare in terms of trying to find a good contractor or handyman to help me fix up my house. They're all booked up, they're overpriced, and honestly, I have a hard time trusting most people to do work that I can probably do myself for cheap. But having a good contractor in your phone is important and it saves you a lot of time. So here are 5 places where you might find a contractor or handyman who's decent and not insanely expensive. 1. Word of mouth. I know this is the hardest way to find a good contractor or handyman because it relies on you already knowing people who have done home renovations or house flips or whatever. But it's just true that the people that you'll be able to trust the most are those that have already worked with people that you already know and trust. It's like that in every industry. The real estate industry is no different. 2. Construction sites. So I haven't actually done this myself, but I've watched my mom do it a lot when I was younger, and it's actually pretty genius if you think about it. It worked. A lot of these construction sites are run by investors who are very cost conscious and hands-off. They're gonna have low-level workers that are contracted out by much bigger companies. These guys might be getting paid minimum wage, who knows? They're out there doing their job, making their bosses rich, and the chances are whatever you pay them is gonna be much more than what their boss is paying them for a wholesale deal. So don't be shy, strike up a conversation with some of these people, ask them how much they'd charge you for your job and when they'll have time. 3. Home Depots, Lowe's, or any other hardware store. This is where contractors and handymen are going to be hanging out, maybe even working there as their part-time job. It's where you can socialize with them, get their opinion on things, maybe even hire them out to come out and do a job for you. They're going to probably have a service there where you give them your number and they send out someone to your house as part of the store to give you a free quote, but I've tried that. Way overpriced. Highway robbery. 4. Your real estate agent. So I'm kind of weird about getting contractor information from a real estate agent, even though I'm a realtor myself, because in general, I don't like getting recommendations from anyone whose job it is to make recommendations. And yeah, I know I'm one of those people, but I've also been on the other side of it where those people are recommending people that they've never personally had to experience and they're just doing it because they're obligated to, because it's part of their job. So sometimes they'll send you someone amazing, but most of the time they'll send you these big corporate companies that they work with that rip you off because it's less liability for them. So keep that in mind. And finally, the internet. This includes Facebook, Google, Bing, any internet search where vendors and construction workers are advertising their services. Facebook is going to be the most reliable in my opinion because you can stalk people there and maybe even find out if you know some of the same people, so you have more references to ask about them. Google and all these other sites, on the other hand, directories, Angie's List, whatever, these are places that are going to be the Wild West, so you're going to have to go with your gut feeling because it's not like you can actually see what work they've actually done in the first place. Here's a rule of thumb to follow with contractors. Anytime you're paying someone who's not the actual person doing the job, you're much more likely to get ripped off because you're paying multiple people's salaries in order for just a handyman at the bottom of the line to do the job. That guy is probably not even licensed, he might not even be legal, and he'd probably do it for you for peanuts if you hired him without his boss around. So avoid anyone who's taking money from you without being the actual person doing the job. Avoid referral websites like Angie's List and Home Advisor. They're gonna be overpriced. Think about how many chains your money is actually going through before getting to the person doing the job. Pay the person who's doing the job, forget about all the middle people, and call it a day. Also avoid paying for the job before it actually gets done because that goes with any service. I hope that helped. If you have any questions you want me to discuss in a future video or comment, let me know in the comment section or send me an email. That's where I'm the most responsive. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel because that helps me grow this channel and make a lot more of these videos.